Down. Y'all bear with me one second. Let me start recording and turning things down and getting my sound together. All right, we're in the building. How you guys living, man? How you guys living? Hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I hope your weekend is going to be very productive. While everybody's piling in the room, don't forget, family, check out American Freedman Apparel. That's the website where you can get some of the American Freedman gear, the t-shirts and other gear. The proceeds are going to go to help our good brother, Greg Marcel Dixon, in his campaign, our beloved FBA brother running for office. So y'all go to AmericanFreedmanApparel.com. So while we're waiting on everybody to get in the room, let me shout out some of the regulars as we always do. Sister Nikki the God in the house. Y'all give it up to Nikki. Brother Adonis, I see you in there. Okay, we got somebody named Marcel Lovett. He's giving a lot of thumbs down. So let's see. He has something to say. Let me get him in here early. Mr. Lovett, you're doing a lot of gesticulating. What's going on, man?
Yo, Tariq, you hear me?
Well, I do. I hear you, sir.
All right, I called in before a couple times. I'm the
Okay.
guy from Philly. Listen, my new nickname is the Pocket Watcher FBA. All right,
Okay.
because I seen your video. You talking about us buying sneakers, right?
Yes.
Why do you think that's okay? Like, why do you want certain people to live up to stereotypes and buy Jordans as if we make any money off that?
No. Because that's part of our culture is having a clean presentation. There's nothing wrong with buying sneakers. What's wrong with having clean shoes?
It's not about that, but it's about like I talked about this last time I was on here, and people kept calling me a pocket watcher. So when other communities come together and talk about money, they don't call each other pocket watchers. But when I talk about let's start our own sneaker brand or something and circulate our own money, they like, oh, this guy's a pocket watching tether. I'm not from the Caribbean, I'm not from Africa or nothing. I just think it's retarded for us to spend money on Nike. We don't own nothing in Nike. Like, what's the point of doing that? I understand we
So,
get fly and
okay.
all that.
Okay, so you only spend money on the things you own? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that we should start a some type of enclave or I don't know. Like we can start something. We can start our own Nike brand, our own clothing brand, and we can circulate our own money in our own community. I'm saying
Okay.
the
So how,
Japanese,
okay.
the,
The
the
Japanese did
Japanese
what?
do it. They do it.
Right.
And I talked about this last time. I don't want to be like a broken record, but I seen the Japanese. They all drive Japanese made cars. Everything they do is Japanese made owned.
Okay.
We can do that. We can do the same thing in America. And I'm
How
not
come we
no
haven't done it? Okay, if we can do the same thing, like you said, how come we have not done it?
because I think we need people like you to influence people to do that.
You think nobody thought of putting something together until me?
No, not just you, but I'm saying we need like bigger influences. I mean, we had that in the past before.
Yes, we have. We've had that before. We've had black hospitals. We've had black car manufacturers.
Where is it now? Where is it now? You keep saying
Great
that.
white,
Where
yeah,
is it now?
great. Where is it? Why? Now, why don't we have them now?
I'm
I know
asking you
why.
that too. I'm
I,
asking you that.
I know
Why?
why. I know
Oh, cause
why. But why do
they
you
shoot
think we?
us down. They shoot us down, right? When we try
Right.
to do something, they stop us.
So that's why we got to focus on white supremacy and stopping them from sabotaging us because that's the problem. We are the only group of people who get sabotaged over and over, sir. That's the thing that people always want to ignore.
No, I don't ignore that. Like I'm just tired of like the excuses, bro. It's like when
Okay,
we gonna come to.
we cannot ignore the sabotage, sir. The sabotage is real.
I'm
So
not ignoring this.
right. So yeah, but you are when you go just talk in circles about how come we don't have our own Nike? How come we don't have that? Man, we've had stuff like that. It always gets sabotaged
No,
by the
Tariq.
dominant society. That's the problem.
Yo,
That is a major problem.
I was talking about this last time in your comment section. You muted me. People in the comments call me a tether. I'm not a tether, bro. I'm
Okay, well,
not from no.
okay, don't worry about that. And by the way, where are you, brother, with all that noise in the back? That noise is
I'm
distracting.
in
What?
Philly, bro.
Where in Philly, brother? Are you
I'm
on a subway? What are you
I'm in the
doing?
city. I'm downtown. I just left the
Okay,
bar.
okay. You always out at the bar somewhere. That's your
I'm
problem.
cause
You
whatever.
always party. I talk to you, you coming out of a club, a juke joint, strip
Listen,
joint,
I work hard. I work hard
and
all week. I
and
got
you
to.
talking about wait, no, because you're talking about people wasting their money. You always
Your museum
no,
is a
wait,
party.
no. You always tricking your money off somewhere. So then ain't that a problem too? You
No,
always
that's a lie. No, I don't. First
every
of all,
you're somewhere in the streets, brother. Every time. And it's like one
it's a
of
Friday night. Of course. What?
those right now. What you doing out this time of night?
It's a Friday night. Listen, I work hard all week long. I go out on Friday
All right,
nights.
all right. So you partying and spending your money. What's wrong with
I'm
people?
not. I'm not spending no money like that.
You are spending money. The drinks ain't free.
I buy my own shit, but I mean my
Right.
own stuff,
The drinks
not the
ain't
church.
the Moet ain't free.
But
The Long
listen, you deflecting. You deflecting, bro.
Oh, I'm not. No. This is very pertinent, sir, because your initial thing, you were calling up complaining about people spending money on shoes and frivolous things. You're spending money on liquor and partying and clubbing. So
That's
people,
not true.
sir,
That's
you're
not true.
out and about right now, sir.
I go to bars. I go to bars downtown that's free, and I buy my own drink at home. I don't go out and spend money on stupid stuff. Like I don't do that.
Sir,
But
you are
listen,
drinking tonight. You're out drinking, sir. You ain't
why
at the
you why you always trying to reduce me? You did that last time. Oh, you out at the bar drinking.
thing, sir, but you're at a. I'm hearing sounds in the back, sir. You out there living it up, my brother, which
I'm
is good.
just walking. I'm
I'm
walking downtown, bro.
Yeah, you're coming out of bars. You bar.
Deflecting. You deflecting. Bro. What that?
Now calm down. I'm not deflecting, brother. We hear you, and you just admitted that you're bar hopping. You're just coming in and out of bars, spending money, which is your prerogative. If somebody wants to buy shoes, that's their prerogative. So don't pocket watch them. You don't want to be pocket watched, right?
But listen, it's not about buying shoes, bro. You keep on. Listen, you always deflecting. You always reducing it to something small. Listen, I
I
know
don't
all your tactics.
words back to you, sir. I'm just giving you your words, but go ahead.
It's not about just buying shoes. I got Jordans too. But I'm saying if we can come together as a community and we can do something. So like let's say somebody want to buy a Hellcat Dodge, right? Black people love Dodges. I think Dodges is cool, right? But if we go through a bank that's black owned and we spend that reparations money on a black owned bank and we can circulate that money in our own community, that's all I'm saying. They say, oh, he from
Just saying catchphrases. All right, that you're just saying a bunch of catchphrases. Those are catchphrases you're saying. Get the money, circulate the black dollar, put it in our communities. Get the black dollar, circulate it, put it in our communities. Okay, those are catchphrases, sir.
Tariq. Let's be
What now? Go ahead, sir. You're just spewing a bunch of catchphrases.
I'm not, but let's be real. Can you be honest right now? It's
Yeah,
people that's watching you that want to just trick their money off all the labor and hard work. Can you hear me?
yeah. Hold on. Well, let me get Solon in here because just my brother Solon is raising his hand. Solon, what's up, bro?
All right, so let's start right here. So, Marcel, name me three black owned shoe companies. We'll start from there.
I don't know any.
There we go. Why are you
That's my
talking
point.
about it?
That's my point.
That's your Side Collective, Envision Footwear, Slick Walks. That's three black owned shoe companies. I can name five more. So,
Okay,
you haven't even reached out to these black owned shoe companies to even give a damn. So why are you on this stage talking to
sir.
Teresa? We need to start a black owned we need to reach out to these black owned shoe companies. We don't
Because
know any. You don't even know any.
he was endorsing it. He like, oh
You
well,
don't even
we
know
just
any
get
guys.
fly. We get fly. We buy Jordan. Like he was
Wow.
like,
That's where we start. We gotta reach out to these shoe companies.
All right.
all right, okay.
Bruh.
So how about we have that conversation? I don't ever see him have that conversation in here. He just so, oh, let's buy. We
And
buy
hold on.
Jordan because
So, and also hold on, because I wasn't endorsing Jordans per se. I was just using Jordans as an example because that's a popular shoe. I'm just talking about any shoe, no matter who. It wasn't about the Jordans or Nikes, but people use Nike as an insult towards us. All y'all gonna do is get some money and buy Jordans. So my argument was, what's wrong with having nice shoes, whatever brand, Jordan, Reebok, whatever, the P. Miller brand. There are black brands out there. Um, S dot whatever, whoever, I don't know. There's different brands and deals that people make, but it wasn't about Jordans per se. It's just about nice kicks, period. We culturally, as foundational Black Americans, we like wearing nice kicks. That's a part of our culture. I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. Now go ahead. That was my point, but go ahead, sir.
No, listen, that's a fact though. But last time I called,
Go ahead. Yeah, sometimes it does the double mute. So yeah, I don't have it on mute. So it does that. But go ahead, brother. Unmute your microphone. Go ahead,
can
brother
you hear me?
Marcel.
All right.
I-
So everything you just said, I agree with to a certain degree. But what I was saying last time, remember last time I said our grandchildren should get reparations? I don't know if
yeah,
you remember that or not.
I
But
remember.
the reason I said that though is because remember, like in the 1960s and 50s and stuff, like our great grandparents, everything they did was black owned first. They didn't like buying stuff outside our community, bro. Like with education, with groceries, everything we did was black owned first. But when I say that though, people, I guarantee people right now call me a tether, bro. I
Okay, but
guarantee you,
here's the problem. Okay, so where are your black-owned brands? How come you're very passionate about it? Why haven't you started any type of black-owned brand for anything?
because I need reparations first.
How come you just can't use the money you're using to buy that liquor in the streets?
Yo, there's black owned liquor store, like there's black owned liquors.
You can use the money that you're spending at the bar.
Tariq, it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm one person.
Yeah, it is about you, sir.
Um,
Yeah, it is about you. See, that's the problem. You got folks who like to point the finger about it. Y'all need to do something for the community.
I
No,
say
do
us. I say us.
you. You. It starts with you. You, the family. When people were saying, man, we need movies that show us in a better light, I'm like, well, damn, that means I need to do something too. So I did it. I did the Hidden Color series. That was very successful. You got to get off your ass and do it. If you complain about something, you need to have a solution for the things you're complaining about. I used to complain about the deodorant from white companies. I didn't like it. I said, well, damn it, I'll make a deodorant brand. It is very successful. Rootwork is doing very, very well. So I believe in creating brands and owning certain things that we need in the community. And if I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing stopping you. So we don't want to hear complaining. If you're going to complain, you better come through with a solution. That's what we're saying. That does that make sense?
Uh, to a certain degree, but it's just like whenever I say anything that's like slightly negative about our people, they want to tell me I'm a tether. Like,
Yeah, because what that tethers do that because if you say something negative, that means you better have some.
oh,
No, no, no. You better have a solution because you acting like Obama.
I do
Obama.
got a solution.
No, no, no. You better show it, not just running your damn mouth. If you say something negative, you better come through with something constructive. That's the only way we're going to listen to you. We're not going to listen to somebody sit up here and browbeat us, and then you haven't brought anything constructive. I can be constructive to those in the Black community because I'm going to circle the block and help every damn body or help as many people as I can. So I got the leeway to do that. But when people come around and they haven't done a damn thing for nobody, but they got all of the smoke and the vitriol and the finger wagging, yeah, we got a problem with that. And they're going to continue to have a problem, and it's justifiable. So I say to you, bro, get up out them bars. And if you have an issue with what's going in the Black community, you need to stack your bread up and create some entities that we can look up to and that we can patronize. That makes sense?
100%. I agree with that.
All right, now going back in that bar and trick
All
that
right,
money.
no,
All right. I want to hear all that, man. If anybody got some damn smoke, you better have some solutions. You understand? All that coming around us wagging your damn finger, we ain't trying to hear that no more. We don't want to hear none of that. If you ain't helping us, you're not going to hinder us. You understand? If you're not propelling us, you're not going to finger point at us. Those days are over. My goodness. All right, we got a lot of folks in here already. I like it. I like the company. And we almost got 1,000 people in here early. I love it. Welcome to the program, everybody. Glad to have you guys in here. Oh man, it's a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about tonight. Juicy Genius, I see you down there, beloved. I see Red Joker. I see Rhea. I see JL in there. I see um Stanky Stacy. I see you down there, Stanky Stacy. I see all of you. Much respect to you guys. Now, family, as you guys know, Beyonce, they brought Beyonce out at Kamala's rally, and was it in Houston? I know it was in Texas. They brought Beyonce and Kelly Rowland out. They didn't. I don't like that. Y'all just do Michelle so dirty. Y'all could have brought Michelle out. All right. I know it was a Texas thing. You know. And Michelle, she's like a Christian. Is she like a Christian conservative? She's up there with Zaddies. So Michelle's Zaddy probably wouldn't let her go there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Michelle. Um, but they had Kelly, Calandria, and Beyonce out there, and I thought, yeah, okay. And I love Beyonce. I love Kelly. I love Destiny's Child, but it was like lackluster. It was like, man, it was very man. It was lackluster. It didn't really move the needle. Me personally, I want to hear from you guys. I don't think it's going to really move the needle like they think it's going to. That's my opinion. I want to get the opinion of the family. Them bringing Beyonce out, to me, it looks more of a like a desperation move. The word is, they had Lizzo last week. They had her somewhere, and I think the rumor was they had to give her 2 million to show up. So I don't know what kind of bag they gave Beyonce. They definitely gave her a bag to have Beyonce come out and endorse a candidate like that. So yeah, they're throwing big money out here in the streets. It looks desperate, to be honest. Let's be real. The Democrats having to wheel out all of these big name celebrities in order to endorse Kamala, in order to throw up a smokescreen for her lack of policies. It looks desperate. And at the end of the day, I think people are going to really look and see, okay, yeah, Beyonce is cool. Lizzo is cool. All the entertainers are cool. Megan Thee Stallion is cool. But what are the policies? What are these policies this woman has? And at the end of the day, people are going to look and see she really don't have no real thorough policies that's going to be beneficial to us like that. And her wheeling out Beyonce, that doesn't mean anything because we're thinking in terms of politics when you're having power meetings with Putin and all of these other Middle Eastern leaders and some of these hostile world leaders. I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna bend over and start singing "Bootylicious"? What you gonna do? What all this Beyonce stuff? Yeah, 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 yeah. That's cool. But when it comes to you running this country, how's all that Beyonce stuff gonna pan out? You understand? How's that gonna pan out? You can't call Beyonce to help you with Putin. So what you gonna do? Well, start babbling? Because that's my concern. All of that mindless, nonsensical babbling she's always doing. Do we have any K-hivers in here? I would love to have y'all in here. I would love to have some of the K-hive in here. Now, some of y'all are nervous because I seen my sister Nikki the God sent me an article. Let me read it. It was from Axios. I think that was the name of the publication. Let me find that real quick. Let me find that and read that because this is very interesting. Let me find that real quick and I'm going to read this to you. Um, right here. It says, this is from the website Axios. And the article says, behind the curtain, Democrats fear they are blowing it. So they're saying what we've been saying. A growing number of top Democrats tell us privately they feel Vice President Harris will lose, even though polls show a coin toss finish 11 days from now. Why it matters? Democrats admit they tend to be hand-wringing and bedwetting doomsdayers. But what's striking, what happened? This thing, oh damn, a pop-up came up. But what's striking is how our private conversations with Democrats inside and outside her campaign reveal a broad concern that Little she does, says, or tries seem to move the needle. Okay, they worded that funny, but what they're saying is everything she does is not really doing anything. What they're saying, and that's true. I mean, she's supposed to be neck and neck with Trump. They done spent over $1 billion on this woman, and she's still neck and neck with Trump in the popular vote. In the swing states, Trump has the swing states locked, most of them. About five of the seven swing states, I think. I think those are the numbers. Trump got like five out of the seven in the early polls with the Electoral College. Trump got it already. I'm going to read the rest of the article. It says this after Democrats spent $1 billion, nearly twice as much as Republicans, over the past 3 months to polish her image and to soil former President Trump. Trump and allied committees raised about half of Harris's total, $92 million, from October 1st to October 16th, the New York Times reported. And and this is after Trump's cringy 4-minute on-stage sway to 80s music. Let's see. Between the lines, we're not saying Harris is losing or will lose. An earlier behind the curtains column spelled out why this is a toss up. Our reporting reflects scores of conversations with people close to Harris, intimately involved in swing state races, including officials inside of her campaign and top Biden administration officials. What we're hearing, in a troubling sign for the campaign, top Democrats are already starting to point fingers at who'd be more responsible for a Harris loss. Biden for dragging his feet or Harris herself? Democrats fear she has made too many different cases against Trump and still hasn't fully revealed herself to voters who crave to know more. This is what we're saying. Nobody knows nothing about this woman or her policies. Every time you ask Kamala a question, she gets to damn babbling and talking nonsense. We don't know nothing about this woman's policies. So the Democrats are admitting this behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, they're admitting this. Oh, um we got some K hivers in here giving the thumbs down. K hivers, where y'all at? Hold on. Let's get Shay Shay. Let's get Shay Shay the K hiver. Shay Shay, are you a K hiver? Hop on, Shay. Shay, hop on. Unmute your microphone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Shay. What's going on?
I'm sorry, I was hearing everything you were saying, and I completely agree with everything you were saying. But I did want to say about this whole Beyonce situation, like we can't neglect the fact that she does actually have a huge fan base,
Yeah.
and not necessarily saying that whatever side she represents, that the entire fan base is gonna swing that way, but there is a huge majority that will probably sway that way, whether it's good or bad, right or wrong. But there is also the other question of the fact that this other person, probably a huge majority of that fan base, will never go towards that direction. So it's kind of a thing of like, maybe we just, like you were saying, sit on the couch. I feel like at
Yeah.
this point, honestly, the couch is the best option.
There you go. Thank you, dear. Well, she sounds like she's been drinking on a little something. Juicy, what's up, beloved? Then I'm gonna get my brother Afro in here.
Absolutely. Yes, King. What's up, King Tariq? Shout out to the family in the space. And thank you so much for hosting your spaces timely and on a consistent basis so that we can stay up to date on the current events. This Beyonce concert, you were right. It's not going to move the needle any further. It's not going to garner any more extra additional voters. I actually put something down in the purple pill because a lot of the crowd was chanting things that was anti-Kamala. You could hear it, and they couldn't control the crowd. A
Really?
lot of people were there just to get the free concert. Yeah, it's down there in the Purple Pill. And we were talking about this earlier in Re-Up Space. Shout out to him that people are going to come to a free Beyonce concert. Tickets are $1,000. And then another thing is that they talked about how Kelly Rowland's appearance seems to be in the shadow of Beyonce. They emasculated Kelly Rowland. When you know Kelly Rowland, she's our sweetheart. We love Beyonce, right? But we love Kelly Rowland. And they didn't have to emasculate her appearance, to give Beyonce that extra shine. So I just wanted to
Yeah, oh
say that.
yeah, oh yeah. I did notice that they had Kelly in like a little chopper suit. Yeah, did y'all notice that? Beyonce came out all, very sexy, and Beyonce is just beautiful. Beyonce's a beautiful sister, our beautiful FBA sister. But they kind of had Kelly in a little chopper suit. They didn't want to show Kelly's little fine body. Yeah. So they gave her one of Kamala's little old chopper suits. Kamala's the queen of the chopper suits. You run around with them little old box box shoulder suits, and yeah, they kind of had Kelly looking like a power stud a little bit to give Beyonce more shine, to accentuate Beyonce's femininity. They had Kelly dressed like Lori Lightfoot out there a little bit, so I didn't like that. I did not like that. They didn't have to do our good sister Kelly like that. Kelly's our sweetheart. We absolutely love Kelly. They didn't have to have her dressed like Lori Lightfoot. Yeah, I felt a certain way about that. Let's get Brother Afro Elite in the building.
Tariq, brother, how you feeling?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. To answer the question, is it gonna move the needle? No, it's not gonna move the needle. It's not gonna help. Beyonce endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2016, and Hillary Clinton lost terribly.
Mhm.
And Beyonce does have a large audience, but to be honest, she's not known for speaking on any political or controversial issues. So she doesn't have that sense of trust or reliability with her audience. They love her music, they love her performing, and that might be good to rally an audience that already is for Kamala, but is not going to sway anybody because people don't trust, number one, that she's truly invested in Kamala. They feel like this is disingenuous, like she got a deal or she got paid or something like that. Number one. Number two, all celebrity endorsements, whether that's Beyonce, Usher, Oprah, whoever, Eminem, the average person doesn't live in a big mansion like that. We understand the price of living, price of food, gas, immigration. These things won't affect Oprah. They won't affect Beyonce. They won't affect Eminem, but it is affecting the people in the community. So when they advocate for certain things, everybody takes that with a grain of salt. That's why it didn't move the needle for Hillary Clinton.
Mm, real talk, man. Thank you so much, Brother Afro, man. I appreciate you. Great assessment, my brother. Stanky Stacy. Let's get Stacy. Can you please watch your mouth, dear? Let's get Stanky Stacy. Just watch your mouth, because we know you go to the gutter sometimes, and I try to give everybody a platform. But Stanky Stacy, please do not use any potty mouth language, ma'am. Go ahead, Stanky Stacy. Stanky Stacy, can you unmute your microphone, ma'am?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. How are you, dear?
Oh, I can barely hear you. But yes, potty mouth. I'll try to be non-potty mouth. But yes, I don't understand why so many black people are like, "Oh my God, we got to stick with Kamala because she's a black woman." And I don't understand that at all. And they just keep pandering to black people, and I can barely hear anybody, so excuse me.
Go ahead.
But all I want to say is this. We have to be smarter than that. We have to stop listening to what they spoon feed us and do some research. I used to be like, fuck Trump, fuck him. Oh my God, are you fucking serious? I thought he was racist. I thought the worst of him. Okay. And I thought, first of all,
No,
the
no,
first
listen,
time I
listen.
voted,
This
I'm
where I'm
not
gonna
going to lie,
stop.
was for Barack Obama. And that's sad. It's just like, it's not sad though. It would have been amazing for me to have the first black president, okay? Just like, oh, somebody like us in the White House. However, I'm not going to get on him like that, but it was a stupid reason.
Hmm.
So now we're going to vote for Kamala because she's a black woman,
She
quotation marks.
don't vote for her. I'm not.
Laquita. Laquita. Laquita.
Hey, Tariq.
All right, calm down, Laquita. We got you.
No, we're not voting for that woman.
I know this, dear, but we'll let people talk. Let people say what they got to say. Laquita, where you from, dear?
California.
Okay, so you're not voting for Kamala.
I'm not voting for that other motherfucker either. Not
Okay,
vote for none of them bitches.
and there you go. What you drinking over there, Miss Laquita?
Man, it's fuck the voting shit. Fuck all them hoes.
What you drinking over there, dear?
Water.
Yeah, ma'am. Not no.
Tariq,
What is?
Tariq, you messy as hell. Why?
Look,
Why you put me on on the
what?
spot?
What are you drinking, Laquita?
I said water, sir.
Ma'am, that is not no. You drinking some old school.
Okay, listen. Let me listen to Patty LaBelle.
All right, thank you, dear. Go ahead and get to drinking that Mad Dog 2020. All right, you drinking some old school liquor over there tonight. All right, we got a big Beyonce fan in here. We got T.S. Giselle, a huge Beyonce fan, and when I mean huge, I mean big back. But go ahead, Giselle.
Got a lot of beds, got a lot of Chanel on me. Ow.
There you go.
Um, Everyone's favorite, T.S. Giselle. Tariq, I popped up. I had to debut the Honey Blonde. On theme with my girl, my icon, the incomparable, iconic, legendary Beyonce Giselle knows who I
How did
named
you like?
my
How
how
did you like
who I named myself after. T.S. Giselle named herself after Beyonce. And I had to debut my beautiful honey blonde truffles
Lord?
for the FBA family, Brother Flex.
It's really it's giving Lion King. But go ahead. How did you feel about Beyonce's appearance at the rally today? How did you feel about the appearance? How do you think?
It's giving Beyonce. So before I speak on that, I am very proud to say that I cast my vote for Kamala Harris on Thursday. Um, it was a vote for me and my mother. My mother always encouraged me to vote. It was very sentimental for me. I was very emotional
I'm
because for the last couple of elections, I voted with my mom, and you guys know my mother passed away this year, and so that was very
sorry,
sentimental for me. And
sorry to-
and she loved Kamala. She was a huge fan, and I wish she could be here to see our first Black female president of the United States. So I just wanted to say that.
yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, nobody's going to see that because Kamala is going to lose. But thank you so much. Let me get Connor in here. Let's get Connor and let me get your picture down because it's scaring folks. Connor, what's up, Connor? Mr. Connor, hop on, sir.
Thank you, Tariq, for letting me on. I want to say I'm a huge fan. I love your usage of the First Amendment, and like you're a big fan of mine. I have to ask you though. I see like how they're treating Bruce Springsteen and Eminem, and then I look at the K Hive and Lizzo, and I have to think like, do you think there's any relation to like the Diddy events going on,
A lot
and
of
like
people
that?
think that, a lot of they're saying that those people were at the Diddy parties and they're scared, so they're being blackmailed. I think that's more of a conspiracy theory. I think though that a lot of these entertainers are going up here because their talent agencies and their Hollywood booking managers and agents are clicked in with the Democrats, and they understand in order for them to get the tour budget that they need, to get the movie budgets they need, to get the record budgets that they need, they're going to have to play ball and go along to get along. And I think their management are kind of dangling some of those resources in their faces because, yeah, it's a Hollywood political game. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's get some more people in here because we are in here heavy. I see Nice the Girl down there. What's up, beloved? Let's get let me see. Let's get KP in the building. Mr. KP. KP in the building.
Hello.
What's up, KP?
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So I first got turned on to you by my uncle actually, and he told me a lot about what you do and what you stand for. So I started checking you out and actually bought a couple of your books. So I'm excited to read those. But
No doubt.
um,
Where's your uncle from, by the way?
Portland,
Portland. There you go. Cool.
yeah.
Cool. So what's on your mind, brother?
What do you think about? So I was gonna ask if you were gonna vote or not, but it sounds like you're not.
Yeah, I'm really looking at that couch. That couch is looking. I'm vote for the couch. I was
what
thinking the couch is looking real good. But go ahead, brother.
What do you think about Cornel West?
I was kind of leaning towards Cornel West. I was rocking with him because he had a little immigration, not immigration. He was talking about reparations, but his immigration policy is something I can't gel with. He's talking about opening up that border, and
Mm.
I'm not with that whatsoever. I want that border closed. We're good. We don't need a whole bunch of folks flooding over here. We're good. So I got an issue with that. Misty, let's get Misty in the building.
Hello, thank you so kindly, Tariq. So appreciate all that you're doing. I have a call of action for everyone to put legal standing to your vote. On the link to my little tweet, you can click on it, and there are editable, not edible, forms and letters that you can customize and personalize to put your grievances of of how they're conducting maladministration of our election of the 2024 to the public record in your city and county. This is you becoming your own hero and putting legal standing to your vote. And it shouldn't matter what side you're on. You should want a fair and transparent and legal election. And so you can put any grievances you have with this election. And in the future, you can use this as a path to get your other grievances as well to be dealt with. And we can change the uniparties within our local and state government by doing this. And I also put down there, I don't know if I sent it, but I'm going to go check on civil grand juries. Civil grand juries can also help you change and get your school board to be accountable and other elected officials who are doing things to your house and property that affect.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, getting kind of lost there. All right, we'll check out whatever. I'm just getting kind of lost yet. Let's get King. King,
Hey, what's up, Tariq? Peace.
what's up, King? How are you, brother?
I'm good. Well, I do think the Beyonce thing is a quid pro quo. Maybe she's looking to, maybe scave off some things with her and her family. Not sure, but I have a reparations question for you.
Go ahead, brother.
Um, all right, so with our reparations claim, are we strictly focusing on slavery, or are we also putting in Jim Crow, redlining, that whole issue?
It's going to be about slavery. It's going to be slavery and the ramifications of slavery led to the Jim Crow and the redlining and all of that. We do mention that, but it's not, the reparations won't be for that, because what happens is you got other groups who will try to jump in on that too. On the Jim Crow side or the redlining, you'll have people like, well, I immigrated here in 1950 and they were redlining and I was affected, so I need to get reparations too.
All
Then
right.
you Yeah, they'll try to play that. Then the Hispanics will try to say, well, we were kind of discriminated too. So yeah, we don't want it to be about just discrimination. We're talking about very specific slavery. So it going back to the 1800s, that's where we're going to go with it, and start and just stick there for right now so that
Okay.
it doesn't get muddied. It's very important that we don't muddy the water. Let's get Black Republican in here.
Hey, what's up, Tariq?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, good. The thing that's killing me with these Democrat shields and politicians, man, is like this border. It's like they're asking for their own extermination. Like there ain't gonna be no more Jasmine Crockett's in 10 years. There ain't gonna be no more black mayors. There ain't gonna be no more black entertainers. In about 10 years, if the border keeps going the way it's going, like we're gonna be dwindled down to an extinct population. And I just don't get it. It's like they're asking for their own downfall. Even people like Beyonce and them, it's like there will be no more Beyonce in
Yeah.
10 years. There's gonna be more Jennifer Lopez's and shit like that. And
And Tyler's and all of these people.
yeah,
And
so I'm gonna land there.
thank you, brother. Yeah, people, they're playing checkers out here. They're thinking about their little personal gains that they can get right now, and everybody else, damn them. And that's not how you think. And look, I get it. You're in the entertainment industry and you're working for these corporations, and I'm pretty sure they're having these conversations behind the scenes, and they're dangling these people's careers like a carrot in front of them. Like, remember when Usher was on The View a few weeks ago, they started asking him about politics, and he was like, well, I ain't really that political, whoop de whoop. So he kind of dodged the question. A few weeks later, he's out here just stomping for Kamala straight up and down. So somebody gave him a little talking to. They gave him a talking to and let him know, hey man, all this success that you're getting, the Vegas residency and all of these successful shows and concerts, and hey man, we can keep it going or we can stop. You better believe them talent agencies had a little talk with him. Yeah, you better believe they did. These people ain't out here stumping for nothing. They ain't getting Eminem and Beyonce and Usher for nothing. And it ain't just the money. It ain't just some bag they're giving them. It's like, hey, we'll crash your whole career if you don't do what we tell you to do. Look, the Democrats, they're running this thing like a mafia, man. You throwing over $1 billion at a candidate in a weak candidate? Come on, I want y'all to think about this. There's nothing about Kamala Harris that's worth no damn $1 billion. That woman ain't got $1 billion worth of conversation. They're putting it behind her because they understand she's a mindless, gibberish, babbling bedwench. So they know she's easily controlled. They get her in office, she'll do anything they tell her to do. She ain't gonna push back on nothing they say. She's gonna play her role in her position, and she's gonna toe the line for the corporate entities. That's why they are adamant about getting her in there. See, they got an issue with Trump because see, Trump kind of, he thinks for himself. We can at least say that for him. Trump does what the hell he wants to do. And what's up, Zeph? I see Zeph got the sound effects. Hop on in, Zeph.
Yo, King Flex, man, I'm really excited and happy to be here because I've been following you since Mac lesson days,
Sir.
and this is really my first time actually speaking to you, on a live space like this. So I'm really excited to be here. Um, but anyways, to add to the topic, um, Beyonce, I honestly feel like, and what I'm about to say, I gotta say I have mad love for Beyonce and Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
But uh given their actions over the years, I really feel like they're opportunists and they're about that bag first. You know what I'm saying? And you know, um furthermore, I also wanted to make another point about Donald Trump. You know, um a little bit about me. I'm gonna try to be brief too with it. Uh my mother On my mother's side, I'm foundational Black American. On my father's side, I have Trinity Tobagonian roots from the Caribbean, right?
Okay.
So I honor both sides. I'm proud of both sides. um got riders on both sides. So long story short, I'm starting to see a trend. The work that I do, I see a lot of migrants coming through these border towns and these border cities, and I just feel like there might be a need to vote for Trump. Normally, I vote for the couch, but I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe we might want to consider Trump only because he's the only guy out here that really wants to shut this whole illegal migrant thing down. And like the brother was saying, I think it was Black Republican was just saying, um, these people are coming inside here and they're taking our black jobs. I'm just gonna say it straight like that. Trump had a point when he said that, you know. I see it in like the nursing industry, the truck driving industry, and particularly in the nursing industry, you had an influx of a lot of migrant nurses that had fake nursing licenses, and they
Yeah,
practice healthcare on innocent Black Americans, hell, white, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Hispanic Americans. In the trucking industry, you have an influx of people who convert their license, their CDL license from another country, and they can't even speak English. So if you can't speak English, I know you can't read a road sign.
real talk. But thank you so much, brother. Let me get Idris. Hop in, Idris.
Yeah, Tariq, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Idris. What's going on?
Tariq, I don't know I had to create this account because you blocked my main account. Anytime we talk to you and we make points, we make valid points, and we're getting likes off your tweets, you block us off. Why?
I have no idea who you are. You're just some faceless, musty person that I have no idea who you are, sir. I
No,
literally have
what
no idea who you are.
no, what I'm trying to tell you is that you block a lot of people who are against your policy. You understand? You block a lot
I
of
block trolls. Yeah, my thing
No,
is
no,
you're
you
not.
don't block trolls. You
No,
block
no.
us when we make valid points.
No, no, no. Well, okay, give me a valid point because all you tethers do is troll and lie. Give me a valid point without lying right now. And also take your Wish app earphones off because they're very muffled, sir. So can you just talk on your regular iPhone 1? Can you please take those janky headphones off? Go ahead. Go ahead, Idris, because I want to hear all of this. I want to hear some of your valid points. All right,
You
come
keep
on, let's get.
muting me, but when I came to the space, I said, "Can you hear me?" You said, "Yes." So,
I can
it,
barely hear you. You're muffled because y'all don't spend
it,
no money on no good headphones. You got them $3 Wish app headphones, and they're horrible, sir. Can you take them off so we can hear you better? I know you need your earpiece so you can drive and take them Uber Eat orders in, but I just
uh,
can't hear you that well.
Tariq, I'm not using an earpiece. I'm not using
So your
an earpiece. Yeah,
just for relevant. So your phone is just janky on its own like
it's
that?
not. It's not Jackie. You can hear me and I can hear you. Let's move on. You said
Okay.
I should make points, right?
Okay, what point have you made that's valid? Go ahead.
The points that I should make is talking about you said what's wrong when if FBA buy good shoes. That's what you said.
Right.
And
What's wrong
after
with that?
an FBA person buys a sneaker, I think Wu-Tang Clan just released a sneaker with Nike just 2 days ago, I think. So FBA now will be rushing for those sneakers. And when they buy that sneakers, the next thing is to go to the club and start tipping strippers. So this is why people are desperate for this reparation because you're all going to spend your reparations on strippers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's
because
wrong
it's
with that?
in your movies.
What's wrong with spending reparations on strippers and shoes? What's wrong with that?
You don't see anything wrong in that.
No, what's wrong with that?
Uh,
Really? No, tell me what's wrong if somebody gets their reparations check and they say, "Hey,
then
man, I
then
got
then then
extra
I
money."
challenge you, Tariq,
No, no, I'm
to
asking
make
you.
a tweet something and say what's wrong with FBA spending money on strippers. So let's see
Right?
how the
What's
comments
wrong
go.
with somebody spending their money where they want to spend it?
That's they say you're going to spend your reparations foolishly. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
So
they
is
can
that a
spend what
good thing?
they spend it on.
So
And
I'm making a point, right?
sir, what's wrong with them wanting to get nice shoes? What's wrong with that?
I'm not talking about nice shoes. I say after they buy the nice shoes, they have to go to the club to show the nice shoes off, and in the club they spend the money on strippers, and they now go broke. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. And now you're defending the niggas that go to stripper clubs to spend their money there.
Yes, I'm asking you what's wrong with that. You haven't told.
Everything in the book is wrong with that.
Like what? Like what's wrong with them spending money that's owed to them any way they want to spend the money that's owed to them? What's wrong with that?
You should tweet that and advise them to spend their money in strip clubs. Or do you have a strip club yourself?
Do I have a strip club?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a strip club, sir. You know I don't have a strip club. What are you asking me something weird like that for?
Yeah, because they used to call you flex something. I don't know. That's
King
like a pimp
King,
name or
King Flex. King Flex.
yeah, that's like a pimp name, like a club owner's name.
Okay. I don't own a strip club, sir.
All right. But you got my point of what I'm saying. Okay,
I
let's move on. You're
saying
talking
random,
about
oh, you're just saying random stuff, sir. You're not saying anything valid. You said you make valid points. You haven't said anything valid yet. You're just saying weird stuff, sir.
no,
Now,
I made
are you
a right
drunk?
point.
Are you
Yeah,
drunk?
you're defending, you said they should spend you for you to encourage them and give them words of wisdom. You're defending them because that's the truth. They all spend their money on drugs and strip clubs and everything, and
Gonna spend their money on
under a year,
no.
reparation is gone.
Nobody's gonna spend their money on drugs. Some people will spend their money on shoes. That's fine. If they want to go to a strip club, that's fine. A lot of folks don't go to strip clubs. I'm not a strip club connoisseur myself. But if people want to do that, it's their money. Why shouldn't they spend their money however they want to spend it, sir? Go ahead.
So you can't ask me such a question. You do you go to what's your religion, Tariq? Do you go to church or you're a Muslim?
Okay, we're not just going to be just asking random ass questions, jumping from random topic to topic. We're still on this shoe thing. Now, why should you, somebody who has a failed culture, how can you give us financial advice and you can't even build a toilet in your homeland, sir? So how are you going to give us financial advice or reprimand us on what we want to spend our money on? Can you make that make sense, please?
No, I can give you advice on how to manage money. You
Really?
understand?
Ooh, tell me how to manage this money.
I'm not going to tell you in the public here. Uh,
Well, can you show me an example of how you did it in your failed homeland?
what failed homeland? You don't know
You're
my
Nigeria.
home. My yes, my homeland is not failed. We're
It's
we're
not
we're in we're in the battle together. We're fighting white supremacy. Is that
by
right?
leaving because you ain't over there. You're not in Nigeria.
I'm on holidays.
Do y'all stay on a holiday?
No,
Y'all
I'm on holidays. I'm traveling for Halloween holiday.
no, you're not traveling for no Halloween, sir. You got out on a
I,
broom like a
I'm
witch.
traveling for Halloween.
No, you're
We
not.
don't.
You got on a broom like a witch and flew away. That's what you did for Halloween. You ain't coming back. You are never coming back. Will y'all please
No,
stop?
Tariq, stop
Not
muting
on
me,
a
Tariq.
holiday. You're not on a holiday. No. You on to get the hell away. That's what you're on. You only get the hell away. You got the hell away from your homeland, and you're never going back, sir. So you're not going to give us advice. Let me get my good brother McCall, in the building to help address you, brother Idris.
No,
Brother,
Tariq, I don't pay rent in my country. I don't pay tax.
of course
Nigeria.
you don't pay rent on a shanty town. Yeah, you ain't. Yeah, shanty towns usually don't have mortgages. So
Our government don't enforce us to pay tax.
right, right.
Nigerians, we don't pay tax. We are almost like the UAE. We don't pay tax yet. So I'm told
Because
you
you
are
ain't
just going for
tax. Because you have nothing to tax. They can't get nothing from nothing. Nothing from nothing means
No,
nothing.
no, no. The government don't tax middle class in Nigeria.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you don't really have
Yes.
anything to tax. No disrespect. Brother
No, they
McCall.
have. We have to give to the government, but they don't tax us.
Okay,
Just
let me
like the UAE, the UAE
it,
does not tax.
okay,
So
Idris,
there's
hold on.
nothing.
Idris, hold on. I got Brother McCall here. Brother McCall.
Great Minister of Code, how art thou?
I'm good, my brother. The great ambassador, Mr. McCall. Please address this situation, sir.
Okay, I see we have a little hunter gatherism going on in here.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Mr. Idris, how are you, sir? Unmute your mic, sir. How are you?
You're talking to me. I want to talk to Tariq. You are invalid.
You're talking to your master and your
You're
God
not my
now.
master. Let me
So
talk to Tariq. I want to talk to the.
humble
Let me
yourself
talk to the
and
host,
answer
please.
my questions. What are
Okay.
you doing to fix and handle your tribalism, tribalnomics,
Let me answer you.
your GDP? What are you doing?
Your
Okay.
voice is janky, but
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing in spite of your tribalism, your
tribe,
tribonomics, your
tribal.
ethnic and religious wars to leverage the strengths
See, let me
of
tell you.
those who come to America, come to the UK to learn and go to school and go back home? What are you doing to get your people to go back home? You know you're suffering from a brain drain, right?
You talking. Yeah.
Nothing. What are you doing to accurately
Wait,
assess
wait.
your people's skills, capabilities, motivations,
Let me answer your question one
and build
after another.
competencies?
You,
What are you doing, sir?
you were talking about
Huh?
tribalism.
What are you doing?
Tribalism
What are you
is
doing?
an issue just like religion. So that
Take
cannot be
high
solved
performance,
in any way.
nothing. You see how that
I'm
works?
sending money.
Criticism
I'm
comes easier
sending
than
money.
craftsmanship.
I'm sending money back
Sir,
home.
listen to me. Listen to me closely. Listen to me closely.
You're judging me
We
without.
know
You're
your
not asking
people.
me what I
We
feel
know
for a
your
living.
history. We know your failures. We know your
You're
future.
judging me, and you don't
You've
even
been
know me.
you've been colonized. You've been neo-colonized, and now you're being
You have been
digitally
colonized more
colonized.
than myself.
What are your goals? What are your
You are
goals?
more
What are
colonized
your
than
goals?
myself.
Okay. What is your purpose? What is your
You
direction?
you are
Huh?
more colonized than
Huh?
myself. You forgot your
Huh?
language.
Huh?
You forgot your
Right.
name.
I hurt your soul, didn't I? I
No,
hurt your soul, didn't I?
you say
Brother
America is
Tariq, thank you
your
for the
whole land,
opportunity to
but it's
speak to
not.
this hunter gatherer, and I will land. I
Thank,
love you there, brother.
thank you, brother. All right,
Tariq,
Idris.
that guy is more colonized than myself.
No,
Stop
he's
bringing those people up. He
well,
didn't say one thing. He didn't ask me questions. He's just talking over like an uncivilized person.
okay. But anyway, Idris, I got to get some more calls, Idris. Any last words, sir?
Last word is vote for Kamala. Everybody vote Kamala. Thank you.
Are you in Houston? Did you go to the Beyonce thing today?
I didn't go, but I watched it live.
So yeah, you want more of your cousins to come over here. That's why you want to support Kamala. So, no, we're not having that.
No, no, that's not it. That's not it. You know, everybody that comes to America wants to get keep.
They want to get
That
who?
every, people, all immigrants that comes to America would like to get keep. I want the reason I want um, Kamala to be voted for is because Kamala is. You're saying Kamala is not black, but Kamala is like a cousin to black people. The closest to black people. You get me? So instead of, let me ask you a question, Tariq.
Wait,
If they
wait,
put,
no. Why do you want to support Kamala? Don't give me no jive ass answer like that. Why do you really want to support her?
Kamala is close to blackness.
Dude,
That's
no,
why
no,
I want to vote for
no,
her.
no.
Yes,
That's East Indian, and no,
there are black people in India.
I don't give a damn. What? You want to vote for her because she got some melanin in her skin? That's it.
Yes, and if they put a black coon versus Trump, who are you going to vote for? Things might change on the way. You understand? You want to be a couch potato. You want to sit on the couch. That meaning you are rendering yourself useless on the election. Tariq, go there, do the right thing. We vote for Kamala to be president of the United States. You don't know what's going. She's got. She heard all these things we talk about her. You understand that? You say she's trying to cosplay and all that. Okay, now if she gets into office, she's going to, do what she says she want to do.
What's she gonna do?
She go to her page. She has
Man,
plans.
y'all, you worse than her. Y'all can never explain what this woman's policies are. Boy, y'all get to explain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
But the
a
policies is better
no,
than Trump's.
this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Democratic voter right here. Clueless, babbling, tether. Yo, you can't really articulate what the black masses are going to get out of it because it's going to benefit your family. When Kamala, if she was to get elected, that means more of your little musty cousins get to come over
No,
here.
that's not the reason, Tariq.
That
That's the lowest
that is the only
reason.
reason, and you can't give
That's
another
the is the least Kamala
thing.
want to help the middle class.
I don't want to hear musty mumbling. I do not want to hear musty mumbling. Anytime y'all start asking Kamala, hey, what support Kamala for what? Well, she's black. She's like a cousin. She's kind of black. She is close to blackness. She has dark skin and a weave. No, not no. That's not good enough to vote for because she got a little piece of melanin somewhere, very little. No, she has good policies, nigga. What's the policy? You have to go to her website to see it. Go to kamala.com, nigga. No, 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 no. I'm not rocking with the Democrats. The Democrats have done nothing but disrespect foundational Black Americans. Did y'all see what Biden did? Biden went out there and they gave an apology, a formal apology for mistreating Native Americans. Did y'all see that nonsense? That was him basically calling himself being slick. That was a jab at us, by the way. That was supposed to be a jab at foundational Black Americans. Like, yeah, we see y'all stomping for your reparations and y'all talking about your lineage, and you guys are saying you want some tangibles for your vote. Yeah, whatever. We're sorry to the Native Americans. So yeah, he thought he was being slick. Yeah, that was a little disrespect towards us, some little passive aggressiveness. Yeah, so Biden has been kind of low key showing his little dementia filled ass. He notice Biden has not really went out here supporting Kamala. He hasn't supported her. Biden don't like the fact that they had to make him step down. It's like right now, who's running the country right now? Who in the hell's running the country? We don't know what's going on. The country is not being run. Joe Biden is crazy as cat shit. They had him. I saw a video of him outside the White House lawn just running. And just running. Where are you going? He's just running and spewing gibberish. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. It's not a joke. And just he's crazy as hell. All right, let's get somebody. Hillary. We got somebody named Hillary. Speaking of Hillary, Hillary Clinton for president. Oh, we got an alleged Hillary supporter. What's happening, Hillary Clinton for president? Hop on, unmute your microphone. Oh,
Up in the queue. I just want to address that Nigerian. Okay. Um, please, am I allowed to speak, sir?
yes, you are. Go ahead, brother.
All right. I'm a Nigerian. I'm among those that fled the country because of the bad government. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in Eastern Europe currently. I'm a student. I had a scholarship. So now that particular person talking, he's from a particular tribe that support that government. That government is the Tinubu administration. They were brought by the Kamala administration. You can check it. Check Kamala Harris. Check Bola Tinubu. You understand? So both of them, they go hand in hand, because in 2023 there was an election, and the election was very, very fraudulent. Okay, and the United States then, with Senate Secretary of State Blinken, the president and the vice president, they all supported that government, Tinubu government. That person, the president had a case where it was alleged that he forfeited $400,000 from a drug trafficking proceed.
All right, thank you so much. I don't want the shit to be all that long and drawn out. Lord, it's just taking a long time to get to the point. Mimi, hop on, dear. Oh, let me get Orange. Wait, hold on,
What?
Mimi. Hold on, let me get
Okay.
Orange. Orange, what's up, brother?
Hey, brother. I have one question. So I noticed another Democratic shill in here, but the MSDNC, Joy Reid specifically, is labeling you, and I quote, Tariq Nasheed is known for peddling pro-Trump propaganda and leads the MAGA-friendly group, Foundation of Black Americans. Now, previously, you said that you do not lead any group like ADOS does. So why do you think the Democratic shill and these groups are coming after you specifically near the
Now,
election?
when did Joy say this? 'Cause I know they wrote something like that in one of those publications a few weeks ago. Did she say something? When did she say? Did she say something recently on air or in a publication?
Yeah, September 25th, 2024. Yep.
Okay, that's that article. Yeah, that's the DNC. They've been coming after me since 2016 because they felt like I helped cause Hillary to lose because I was very vocal against her. And I mean, they had Roland Martin cursing me out. I mean, they really jumped on my bumper because they felt like I really influenced the vote because I was telling people no tangibles, no vote. I had a hashtag going. So their internal memos have been sent back and forth about me very specifically because they know that I'm a person who I'm neutral. They know that I'm neutral, but I kind of have the influence to galvanize a lot of people. And I'm not beholden to the corporate structure. So that kind of makes me a wild card. And they don't like wild cards. They need black folks who they can kind of yank their chain. So they try to reframe me as some kind of right wing sympathizer. And then everybody knows I've been very vocal, critical of a lot of stuff coming out of the right wing. But I'm a very honest person. I'm not beholden to any party. I'm policy driven, and I only support policies that's going to benefit foundational Black Americans, no matter what side is doing it. And since none of them are doing it, I'm telling people to hit that couch. Democrats don't like that because that couch means that they're going to lose a lot of votes, and that's good. The Democrats should crash and burn. So yeah, a lot of the Democratic shills, they've been targeting me. The Joy Reid's folks, Tiffany Cross got on national television and told people not to listen to me. Y'all remember that? She was like, "Stop listening, to the Kevin Samuels and stop listening to the talking points of Tariq Nasheed." So they all send their people after me. Um, because they know that I'm going to tell the truth and black folks are going to listen. Because see, a lot of right wingers, their audiences are white people. You understand? So they don't really mind them. They don't really mind like a far right person like a Larry Elder. They'll have him all on some of those left wing shows because they know that his audience is white. I'm different. My audience is primarily black. I can galvanize thousands of black people all around the country. That's a problem. And I can tell people, hey man, the Democrats, they ain't it. And that's what I'm telling people. So yeah, they don't like that because we're supposed to be plantation property. Okay, Mimi, what's up, beloved?
How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mimi. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling from Africa, Zimbabwe.
There you go.
So please, yeah, okay. Oh, please, just do us a favor and vote for not Trump. For not Donald Trump should be in White House next year, because the news that we are hearing from Africa is very terrible, especially for ordinary Americans and black people, because what some of the black people don't understand is Beyonce, her children are protected. They've got security, they've got best education, they are well known. Even if let's say, for example, there's going to be a nuclear war, do you know all those billionaires, all those celebrities, they have money, they've got property around the world, and they will leave America and stay and live in America and go and live in other countries. But the ordinary Americans are the ones who are facing the consequence. If we look at Ukraine right now, Ukraine, there were foreigners in Ukraine before war, but after war, who is in Ukraine? They are only the Ukrainians. That's the same thing with Israel. All these foreigners that are flocking to America, from I think hundreds, from hundreds.
Well, what happened, dear? What happened? What happened? Okay, something happened to her phone. But thank you so much, Mimi, for the call, dear. I don't know what happened to your phone, beloved. All right, let's get we got a lot of folks in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's get speaking of Africa, we got another person from Africa, Carmel, the South African. Let's get Carmel in here. Carmel, are you one of them East Indian South Africans?
No. Hi,
Oh,
I'm in California. I'm originally from South Africa.
okay.
So
Now you are you what's your background? Because you
I
look like
mix. I'm mixed, so I'm mixed South African.
you mean
Um,
what?
yeah, mixed. We are still considered colored in South Africa. I know we don't use that word here, but yes.
You're
So
mixed with what, dear? I mean, still you gotta be mixed with something. You're mixed with what?
mixed with black and white.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes.
So, one parent
So
honor.
I just want to make a comment. In 2016, while working as a field organizer for the DNC Philadelphia, we were given Beyonce and Jay-Z concert tickets by the DNC to encourage voter registration. But despite using the tickets as incentives, Pennsylvania still ended up turning red in the elections. I just wanted to say that.
Interesting. Very good point. Thank you so much, dear. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, we got Mr. Hussein. This is Mr. Hussein Hill, the far right black person, the alt right Mr. Hussein Hill, the black alt right guy. What's up, Mr. Hussein?
That's uncharitable, sir. I'm not all right, man. I'm just a guy, dude. What's up? Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
my cousin told me you posted our Twitter space on YouTube. So thanks for the exposure, man.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. But
yeah.
you are all right.
I'm
Oh,
not all
you
right.
are.
I'm not all right. All right doesn't even really exist anymore, bro. Like that's not even a real thing. If we're being honest.
It kind of, and you were in the Proud Boys, right?
Yes, I was. Yeah, yes, I was.
Are you? Are you still in the Proud Boys?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
But
All right. Yeah, all right's like Richard Spencer. That's like Handsome Truth. Richard Spencer, Patriot Front. That's like pagan white
this one,
nationalist nonsense. Yeah, I'm not a part of that at all. So.
yeah, you're still a part of that whole
I mean, I am. I am far right, but I'm not. Just to be clear, I mean, like I wouldn't try to like mislabel you as something you're not. So like, I am far right, but I'm not.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. No, because no, when we say alt right, you're talking about the different brand names of alt right, Patriot Front, and all these different weird little and they're all the same. All of these groups are low key suspected white supremacist groups. That's what I mean. They're suspected white supremacist groups, and then they'll get a black mascot or a melanated mascot to be as one of their front people. And that appears what they did with you with the Proud Boys, sir, right? Because they are the Proud Boys, they're known, and many of those white
Well,
supremacist
the
groups.
Proud Boys are actually libertarian. Actually, I mean, they're actually way more liberal than I am. So no, they're actually more left wing, if you want to be technical about it.
And
So yeah,
why were they at Unite the Right?
I mean, a lot of people were at the Unite the Right rally. So I mean, like that's not even a qualifier. I mean, there were black people there. There were like black guys, like darker than you and me, that were
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and
That were
again,
like, yeah,
and, and a lot of these people, you guys are the mascots. They get melanated mascots for white supremacist
well,
groups.
Tariq, listen, if you want
And I'm not being facetious. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, the Proud Boys was a suspected white supremacist organization. We're not going to play games with that now. I mean, damn.
Well, no, Tariq, listen. If you want to have a conversation about ideas, I'm down for that. But like, let's get the qualifications and the nomenclature's correct here. So I mean, like, I know that you're like we'll say an Afrocentric individual. So like your view is particularly like it's like blacks versus the rest of the world kind of situation. But I mean, like, just definitionally, the Proud Boys are not far right. Like, they're just not. I mean, they're libertarian. They're libertarians. Like,
They're
they are
white
liberal. They're pro gay. They're pro diversity. I mean, they by definition.
You're not going to sit here and lie about the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys, they're a suspected white supremacist organization. Gavin McInnes, that man has worked for VDARE and all of these suspected white supremacist publications. Um, these guys sit around here throwing up white supremacist hand signals. So, yeah, you're just not going to come in lying. I just don't respect that. And we're not falling for that. You trying to rebrand your group as some type of libertarian. Yeah, no, that's just gibberish. It's basically a suspected white supremacist group, sir. So yeah,
Okay, yeah. So once again, sir. No, listen, dude. Like, I'm not a Proud Boy anymore, dude. What I'm
okay,
saying is that they are liberal, dude. They are
but the fact that you were in a suspected white supremacist organization as a melanated
they
mascot,
were liberal. They're liberals, dude. They're
right?
liberals. They're pro gay. They're
But yeah, I just want the audience to understand who you are and what your narrative is
well,
going to be.
Tariq. I mean, Tariq. Like, listen.
Go ahead, sir.
Please stop muting me, please. Let me make my case. So I am not with the Proud Boys, number one, anymore. Number two, I'm down to have a critical conversation about ideas, but like, let's get the ideas straight here. The Proud Boys, which I'm not part of anymore, they are liberal. One of the reasons I left them is because they are they're anarchists, basically. They're basically anarchists. They're like pro drugs, pro fucking gay, pro LGBTQ, pro
Do
like no.
those
They're liberal, dude. They're liberal.
people on okay, these people they're designated as a terrorist group in Canada, man.
And by many metrics, by the SPLC, black nationalists are classified as a terrorist group. Is that true? No, of course it's not true. So like, once again, and I just came back from a get together, actually, like, real talk get together with a mixed collective of political affiliations. And one thing I want people to understand, right? Real talk is whether you're left wing, right wing, black nationalist.
Oh, dude, okay, stop.
No, no, hold on. Please let me speak on this.
Oh man, I don't want to
Sure.
hear. Come on, man. This melanated mascot babble. The Proud Boys are suspected white supremacist organization. They're on white supremacist watch list and extremist list. These guys run around throwing up white supremacist hand signals all the time, dude. Come
If
on
that's
now.
the case,
If that's the case, what? If that's the case, their founder worked for
can I
VDARE,
respond, or will I be muted again if I say another
the
sentence?
founder of the damn
So,
organization.
if that's the case, tell the other white nationalists that, because the other white nationalists hate the Proud Boys, man. They call them race mixers. They call
Don't no, don't yeah, I know many of the Proud Boys, a lot of them have black girlfriends. I know. Some of them are married to black women. They're married to bedwenches. That doesn't take away from the fact that these guys are still white supremacists. And
can you define for
and just because other white supremacist groups bicker with each other, that doesn't negate the fact that they're white supremacist groups,
can
sir.
you define to me your definition of white supremacy?
No, I'm going to use their definition that they believe that they should be in control, that they want to dominate and control and mistreat people based on race, and they want to go around and be proud about doing that,
Can you cite that from the actual
throwing up white supremacist hand signals all over the place.
can you cite that from the actual Proud Boy manifesto?
I don't give a
I'm
damn
asking
about
you facts now.
that though. I'm talking about their actions. They were
So
out they were out there with Kyle Rittenhouse when Kyle Rittenhouse was out there allegedly trying to target black people. They
Kyle
were
Rittenhouse supports BLM, dude. What are you talking about, bro? Like
out there. Don't get
you're
this.
giving me like DNC talk.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. You trying to he supports BLM. Kyle Rittenhouse was going out there to target black people, sir, and the Proud Boys were out there helping him. So stop it. None of your talking points are working, sir. You're the Negro babbler for a white supremacist group, sir.
Sir, literally, dude. And I want you to
Hey,
record. I want you to record our conversation and post it because, like, you're.
Hussein, you're not selling the soap like you think you're doing, sir. And by the way, Hussein, I've
I
seen
am. I am actually. I'm winning this conversation. But yeah, please continue with your DNC talking points. Yes,
yeah,
yes, sir. What else?
same,
What else you got?
same.
Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist. Are you fucking serious, dude? Come on, man. Oh, seriously, come on, Tariq. You're a smart guy, dude. Like, I actually respect you to a certain degree. You're
Why
gonna
was
say Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist?
why was Kyle Rittenhouse up there with the Proud Boys throwing up a white supremacist
Kyle
hand?
Rittenhouse is a fucking liberal.
Why was Kyle Rittenhouse throwing up white supremacist hand signals?
You mean the OK symbol?
Right. Are you going to sit up and say it's the okay signal and not the white supremacist hand signal, sir? Are
Yes, I'm.
you going to
Yeah,
tell us,
it's called a troll, dude. Like, this is like you're falling
sir?
for.
No, 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 no. You don't get to kill people and then say you're trolling and hang with white
This is
nationalists.
crazy, dude.
Trolling. No, no. The Ku Klux Klan started off as trolling, sir. Jim Crow started off as trolling, sir. Then it turned into Jim Crow laws. The Klan started off as a joke. See, that's one of the things of the white supremacists. They try to hide behind, well, we're just trolling, and then people start getting shot up. We're not buying that, sir. Mr. Hussein, another thing, sir. Somebody, because there's some people who know of you. So are you LGBT, Mr. Hussein? Mr. Hussein, are you LGBT, sir?
No,
Mr.
I
Hussein.
no, I am not, sir. No, I am not. But yeah, my black nationalist cousin knows about you, and he's laughing at you right now. By the way, he's
Okay.
laughing at you. My black cousin from the from North Carolina, Durham, he's laughing at you. By the way, so
Oh, ooh, that's so bad for me, I guess.
yeah,
But I
5%.
saw,
You know,
I
what
saw.
5%.
No, no, I'm
Do
serious.
you know what
Are
5% are?
are you LGBT? I saw something where you were something they were saying you were connected to the LGBT somehow.
Nope, not LGBT. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that as a form of disrespect.
Yeah,
I'm just understand where you're
I
coming
mean,
from.
listen, if you want to stop with the ad homs, we can actually have a conversation about
We're
it.
not, sir. You're not. No, 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 no. You're not, sir. You just sat up here and just lied your face off,
I didn't
sir.
lie at all, dude.
You
Oh, man,
lied.
at all.
You're lying about the Proud Boys. You're lying about some damn OK signal being some just trolling. Everything you said up here is a lie, sir. Sir. And also, again, why,
Verifiable, dude.
why, that's why nobody believes your lineage when you try to say you come from a foundation of Black American lineage, sir. Nobody believes that. Nobody. You look like you and act like you come from some type of foreign background, sir.
The best indicator of like you losing a debate is when you mute the person talking.
Sir, I debate
You're
my
losing
equal.
the dude.
I
If
debate. This ain't nowhere near a debate. You ain't on my level. I debate my equals. All others I teach. As the great John Henry Clark say, sir, I'm giving you a lesson. This ain't no debate. You're not worthy of a debate, sir. You're a Negro mascot for white supremacist groups. You are nobody to debate, sir. This is an education. And I'm really schooling the listeners to know the type of people out here. So when you see these little melanated mascots with these white supremacist groups, I want you to see this is the mentality that they have. This is the mentality that they have. Mr. Hussein, when are you going to be honest about what your real background is? Because you don't come from a foundation of
are
Black
you
America.
done muting me, man?
Oh, but you're not going to talk over me.
Dude, if I'm dumb and you can beat me, then just let me talk.
No, because what you do is just sit here and lie and have bad faith conversations, and that's not what this platform is going to do. We're not going to just sit here and give you a platform to just lie nonstop. We bring truth to power here, sir. Everything out of your mouth is a damn lie. And the fact that you hang out with white supremacist groups, that says a lot about you as a melanated person,
Well,
sir.
everything you said is a lie, actually, in this room by itself, and so
You're not. Anybody. I mean,
Who pays you? Tariq Nasheed, who pays you, buddy? Who pays you?
your mother, but you're not fooling
That's, no,
anybody,
no, who
sir.
pays you, man? Who pays you?
You're not fooling
Who
anybody.
pays you? Who
Well,
pays Tariq Nasheed?
who
I,
pays your barber to give you that Count Chocula ass haircut, sir?
who pays you? Who pays you, bro? Who pays you?
And what lineage are you from walking around looking like that? You look like a moist blackula, okay? Who pays you to look like that? You sitting up here buck broken by a white supremacist group. That's not a good look, sir.
I'm sorry that you hate light skinned niggas. I'm sorry you hate that. I'm sorry you hate.
So yeah, you were a tether, all right? You ain't light skinned. You some weird tether, sir, who's very moist. You got buck broken. You got some kind of self-hating fetish where you hang around white supremacist groups and let them degrade you. You probably got an afro around your bussy and let them do all types of weird things to you, sir. Just be honest about everything, little weird guy. Hanging with white nationalists? What kind of that's a sexual fetish you got, sir?
Why are you using the word "bussy" in a conversation?
Because it triggers you, because it's something that
I'm
touches
asking, like, why are you?
it triggers you, and I know that it triggers you because I'm touching a nerve. That's why I'm using that
Why
term. And you got triggered.
would you use that word?
And because it triggered
I'm
you.
asking you a question.
Because it's effective. Look how triggered I got you. I knew it would offend you, sir. That's why I know how to push your buttons. I'm manipulating you right now. I'm your puppet master. I got that bussy on a string right now. It's like a little tampon string hanging out your bussy, and you're being controlled
Break your con. Do you
like
understand?
a little, like a little moist puppet. You're being controlled. I'm the puppet master.
Really?
All right, Hussein. Thank you so much.
I,
Thank you. I don't want to hear no musty, weird tether lies. I don't want to hear it. Making all them excuses for white national groups. You hanging out with white supremacists. Give me a break. Gabe, what's up, man? Gabe, Mr. Gabe.
Oh, I'm lit up now. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. What's up, Gabe?
Sup. Uh interesting interesting conversation between you and Hussein here.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, I feel like it was kind of not your best look muting him constantly. I think that it would be best if you let him finish his talking point and then you come back and state, your rebuttal to said talking point, no?
here's the thing. See, and when you have an audience like I do, then you can understand how things work in order to maintain an audience. You maintain large audiences like we have by telling the truth and allowing truth to power to pop up. These good people in here, you got to know how to read the room. And I know they don't want to sit up here and just let somebody lie for 5 and 10 minutes.
By
I'm
the
not going.
way,
I'm not. No, no. I'm Gabe. You didn't hear me stop talking.
yeah, sorry, my bad. Go ahead. You're right.
I have respect for this audience, and I'm not going to disrespect them by letting somebody sit up here lying. And I know that they're lying, and the audience knows that they're lying. So I'm going to say what the audience is thinking. And when somebody's up here blatantly lying, we're going to stop. We're going to re-evaluate why they're lying and get to the truth. But I don't give this platform to people who sit up here and just deliberately lie and talk in bad faith. This is not that platform. Now, Gabe, you sound like you're a fan or a colleague of the Hussein guy. Do you think the Proud Boys are just a libertarian group and not a suspected white supremacist organization?
Well, if you look at the grand scheme of the Proud Boys, you have to realize that there's different groups even within the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys are just an overarching group of right-wing people, however far right or left, they might be. You have some people, like Milo, for instance, who were affiliated with the Proud Boys, who's literally gay. And then
Hmm.
you have some other groups of Proud Boys who are not actually associating with him at all, don't like him, hope he dies. So it's
Oh,
a
got it.
nuanced thing.
Got it. Okay, so now that just let us know, family, and that's good. That let us know where you're coming from. So you're sympathetic to some of those groups. So that means that you have some kind of camaraderie with them. So it's safe to suspect that you too could possibly be a suspected white supremacist. So that lets, not saying you are, not to say you are a white supremacist, but it's safe to suspect that you could be. So that just lets us know where your narrative is going to come from. Now, let me
So
ask you this. George Floyd, do you think George Floyd died of an overdose of fentanyl, or was he murdered by a suspected white supremacist cop?
okay, I will address both points, but for the original point, you are going to say I'm a white supremacist simply for telling you what the Proud Boy organization is?
It's safe to suspect you could be. Didn't say you were. So let's, all right, listen to the words. The words matter. But I just wanted to establish that to let people know where your narrative is going to come from. It could be a possibility that you could lean towards white supremacy. Not saying that you are, but if you're sympathetic and you're making excuses for a blatant suspected white supremacist group like the Proud Boys, that must mean you share a camaraderie with them. Now, the George Floyd thing, how did George Floyd die, in your opinion, sir?
Well, it's not really an opinion how he died. I mean, if you look at their autopsy reports, they tell you exactly how he died. So I don't have to give an opinion on that. It's just
What's
kind of really what it is.
what's the fact?
His autopsy report says that he and don't cut me off when I say this. He
Yep.
was on copious amounts of fentanyl, and that's true. And then when he got kneeled on, he started having issues with his lungs because of the drugs he was already on. So it was a culmination of said things. And he died hours later after still being able to, breathe oxygen after officer was on off his neck.
Right. So it wasn't the knee, it was the drugs, right? He just died of a drug overdose at the same time a knee was on his neck, right?
It wasn't at the same time. It was hours
Uh-oh.
later, and the knee did have some cause of it because it started having he started having lung spasms because of it and stuff of that nature. If you read their autopsy report,
Well, that's called murder, right?
uh, I guess technically you can say, oh well, because his knee was there. And by the way, I 100% believe Chauvin had zero training. We have made the police for some reason have very horrible training, to where they have no idea how to subdue a suspect or deal with them in these ordeals. So the
If
knee should have never happened. That's a fact.
Shaven,
I don't think anybody should be on the ground for minutes at a time with a knee on their neck. That is stupid.
but
But
official
I,
opinion, he wasn't
mhm.
killed.
I would say the knee caused the spasm and therefore caused the death. However, also the fentanyl caused the spasm, which also caused the death. So, like I said, it's a multifaceted thing. I think giving him murder is kind of. I mean, you can give him a maybe. It's a very hard thing because I don't know if I would call it murder because he would have survived if there wasn't fentanyl, but at the same time, his knee caused the spasm, so it's very hard.
And there's a reason why I asked you that because I knew what your answer was going to be, sir. Just to further let the audience know that you could suspect, it's safe to suspect you could be a white supremacist.
I'm
That's
not
what
a
a
white supremacist. I'm a white nationalist, but go ahead.
thing, same thing.
No,
That's
it's not because I don't think you're inferior to me because you're black.
right. What's a white nationalist? What white nation do you want?
So I believe the American founders who came here
Okay.
were white Christians, and just like the Naturalization Act of the 1700s, they deemed white they said white men of good standing were the people that they were going to permit into this country. And I believe that the more we stray away from what the founding fathers want, which is exactly what happened, we get to a point where we have a degraded society from cultural, Marxism and mixing of these cultures and basically degrading said culture, which was the American foundation.
Okay.
And
Now let's slow it
I
down.
don't hate you guys at all because I
down.
know a lot of talking points around that. I don't hate you.
Okay, let's slow it down. Okay. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. When you say something, we gotta dissect it. All right. What you said, let's dissect that. We got to unpack all of it. I know you got a lot of talking points, which is good. I respect it. I respect the talking points, but we're going to have to dissect them because this is great. This is great dialogue. Now, you said the founding fathers, they wanted white men of good standing. Who are the white men of good standing
Uh,
that they
Go
from
ahead.
Europe? Who are these white men of good standing that they allowed over from Europe? Because they allowed a lot of criminals and degenerates over here. So who are the good standing people?
Criminals and degenerates, in what capacity? I mean, what are you deeming that?
Um,
Because people have different views on that kind of thing.
no, they would literally get people who were in jail in Europe and have them work off their indentured servitude over here. So they weren't really that much in good standing, and many of the planters themselves, the wealthy landowners, they were degenerates. So who were the people of good standing, the white men of good standing? Who were they?
Well, first of all, just like the Constitution been written, that would be white Christian America, which is exactly what they were planning on. And yes, indentured servitude and whatnot was a thing, but you're talking about pre-founding of America during British colonialism and whatnot. So those talking points are not necessarily even, correlated to the founding of America. So I think that that's an incorrect, way to ask that question because that's before America was founded.
Okay, the ones who quote unquote founded America, where were the good standing white men there? Who were they? Was Ben Franklin? Was he good standing?
Yeah, of course, Benjamin Franklin would be a good standing. He came to America as somebody who was, seeking fortune, and he was somebody who was contributing to society. Uh, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he did come over as an indentured servant to somebody, but it wasn't because he had any sort of criminal record. It was because he needed some way to get over here, and somebody said, "Hey, if you work for me for X amount of years, you can hop on the boat."
Hmm. So Ben Franklin, he's good standing, but he was a degenerate slave owner.
I mean, I don't think that slave owning was something that should happen, but at the same time, every culture around the entire earth forever has done it. And you can thank white people for abolishing that for you.
Okay, and every culture has had rape. Is that good?
No, but how does that stop my point? My point is that it was a cultural norm.
No, no, that is the point, sir. I mean, trying to point to degenerate culture from other places doesn't negate the fact that that's still degenerate. That was a degenerate thing to do, to exploit people like that.
Oh, okay, sure, but at the time it was a cultural norm. Rape has
No,
never been a good
no,
cultural norm.
no, no. Well, in certain European societies, it was kind of a cultural norm.
Oh yeah,
In
what societies?
in your society and in Northern Europe in those ice ages, they would just,
That's not my society, sir.
sir, you're European. What do you mean it's not your society?
Yes, but you realize that Europe is quite diverse in the types of white people that exist, yeah? I'm not
Yeah.
North.
But yeah, yeah, when you guys were in those caves in Europe, y'all see a white woman just walk by, and you'll get a
Sir,
club and pop her on the head.
I'm Portuguese.
Y'all bop the women on the head and just drag them in the caves. There's all types of images depicting that. So yeah, y'all just took it. It wasn't no, it wasn't no macking. You just took what you wanted. So yeah, that was kind of normalized at the time.
Okay,
But going back to the degeneracy of the white supremacist founding fathers, because the founding fathers were white supremacists. All of them were. You understand? So that's not too good of a standing. They wanted to demonize and marginalize people based on race, sir.
yeah, they'd look at you and they'd probably be like, "Yeah, where's your master, bro?" But that's because at the time it was a cultural norm. And like I said, as a white man today, I disagree with said thing, but that it was a cultural norm. So they didn't consider that a degenerate thing. So when they wrote good white
They,
men, they
they-
weren't thinking about that.
no, no, no. It was wrong then. They knew it. This whole thing where it was just cool. No, they've always known it was wrong. They knew what they were doing was degenerate. They knew it was, but They just tried to justify it by creating a myth of black inferiority, but they knew what they were doing was wrong. They've always known that. Thomas Jefferson, he knew. They knew. They knew what they were doing were wrong. But it was like a necessary evil because they were coming out of Europe so weak. So they're like, hey, we just got to do what we have to do to survive because the so-called founding fathers, the white supremacists, they tried to build colonies here in North America and they all failed. They couldn't do it on their own. So they needed black people to assist them.
So,
So,
these talking points that you're having, I might point out to the audience, are well as almost black supremacist ideologies, where you're saying, "Oh, Europe was weak; they needed blacks." This is
okay,
like a black supremacist talking point.
am I telling a lie?
Yes.
Okay, where did I lie? Where did they do good in Europe?
First of all, you guys just picked cotton for Jews. You guys were never needed for society, and that's why you were abolished, and Abraham Lincoln won the war. And
So if it was that simple, that all you needed to do in order to not starve to death and cannibalize each other was pick some damn cotton for Jews. If you white supremacists and your brethren were so weak and they couldn't do that, that shows how much of the losers they were, sir. You
sir,
couldn't even, sir, listen, no, no, no. If it were that simple, if all it was to stop these people from starving, because your brethren, they were over here starving to death. They couldn't build nothing on their own. Every colony they tried to build by themselves without black people, Roanoke, even Jamestown, it didn't pop off until black people got there, sir. San Miguel del Guadape over in North Carolina, that failed. St. Augustine, they failed multiple times there. They were begging for black people to come over there and help them, sir. Your family, your ancestors, well, and you, I don't know when y'all came over here, but they failed miserably. And you said all they needed to do was pick cotton for Jews, and they couldn't even do that. So were they that incompetent, sir? They couldn't just pick cotton to come
no.
up?
Listen, what I'm saying is that when black people came over, you guys were just used as farm equipment. Really, I mean, you guys were the labor. You know what I mean?
So you couldn't
Um,
just be farm equipment, sir? I mean, that's all it took. If we were just a marginalized farm equipment, you couldn't do that. You had to sit here and starve until some other person says, "Hey, let me use this pickaxe, or let me use this garden tool to dig a hole." You couldn't do that?
well, listen, you're trying to very much simplify it, and like,
No, because
listen,
you're simplifying us. You're saying that all we were was farm equipment, but your people failed. They
they
couldn't do.
didn't though.
They did, sir. Okay, if they didn't name a successful colony they had when black folks weren't around, name it
Okay,
over. Name it.
dude, literally so many of the colonies, like you can just rattle them off. But let me instead of doing that, how about I just present this point?
No, 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 no. You're not going to talk fast and run. No, no, no. They didn't get anything going till 1619. The Europeans over here didn't get anything going until 1619, sir. That's when black people were in the mix with them. That's when black people were in the mix with them. Before 1619, what the hell did they have going on that even resembled anything remotely successful, sir? Go ahead, sir. Gabe?
Oh shit, I was muted. My bad.
Go
By
ahead,
the
Gabe.
way, Jamestown, people talk about, oh, well, it was struggling and whatnot. Man, I wonder what would happen if you had savage Indians coming and raiding you a bunch, like, of course. But by the way, we did have tobacco cultivation already starting before 1619, for Virginia's future economy. Like, look at John Rolfe, that right there, you guys were slave labor for that after you came, but that started beforehand. Look at the Plymouth colonies. Yeah, the Pilgrims
That-
faced a harsh winter, but like, you had Wampanoag or whatever it's called, particularly Squanto, and that helped them survive, the winter. But after that, you guys still hadn't came yet. You had the fur trade.
Squanto came later. That was later. Squanto came later, and Squanto finessed the people. He finessed those Europeans. They took him over to Spain or somewhere. They took him over to Spain or Europe. They took him somewhere, and then he finessed himself back over here. He told them that he knew of a city with a whole bunch of gold and naked bitches and all this stuff. He said, "Yeah, just take me back over there to the new world. I'm gonna hook y'all up." And they brought him back, and he said, "Y'all wait here. I'm about to go get the bitches and the gold." They didn't see Squanto's ass. He bounced and warned everybody else about them degenerate ass pieces of crap from your family, sir. So shout out to Squanto. But go ahead, sir.
Okay. But like I was saying, there were several things like fur trade and whatnot that was way before you guys even came.
No,
Before the English even established permanent colonies, like Christopher Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci, all these people, Hernan Cortez, all these people came and they set up, you know, permanent settlements, Spanish and French exploration, permanent settlements. And
not in
Jamestown happened in 1607, way before.
no, not in North America, sir. In the settlements that the Spanish had, they all had black people with them. They had black interpreters with them. Juan Garillo, he was one of the people down there in the area of Mexico who brought in wheat cultivation. So they had to bring black Moors with them. The Spanish, they knew what it was. They only got established because they had black Moors with them. They were using Moorish ships when Columbus came over. You had Pedro Alonso Nino. They called him the Negro. That was his nickname. He was a Moor. So yeah, they had black people with them, sir. The Spanish had black people with them. That's why they kind of had a leg up. But
Okay,
they,
this is absolute nonsense because if you look
what,
at Hernan Cortez when he came over, it was not necessary for any black to be there. Think about it. Oh, they had you literally just said that there was like a translator. That makes literally no sense because nobody spoke that fucking language. And by the way, when they did talk to these people, what? You just kill their people, take their resources, and simply start your own society. There's no necessary need for any black. Like, I don't know why you're saying that there was, other than
okay,
just wee wuzzery.
okay, family. Get your pens. Columbus had a core, like a melanated Jewish translator with him, Luis de Torres.
Translator to what language?
Yeah, this is I'm telling you. He had Luis de Torres. They had these translators with them. These people, they could speak multiple languages. They could speak Arabic, they could speak Hebrew, and they understood that there had been trade with other black people before. So that's why they brought translators with them. And Luis de Torres, they said that the Aboriginal people understood what the hell he was saying when he came over to the Caribbean. Also, you had people like Estevanico, who came over with the Spanish. He was a translator, and people understood what the hell he was saying. He had some kind of knowledge of the language. So this is very well documented. I want everybody to Google what I'm saying, sir.
I mean, you're right. Luis de Torres was definitely a Jew, right? Like he
Was
spoke, I believe, Hebrew, the Aramaic, Arabic, Portuguese, all this kind of thing. But, you know, upon arriving, I believe it was Cuba, right? He sent Torres and Rodrigo de Jerez inland to explore, right? And they encountered the natives smoking tobacco and whatnot. That's like the first recorded European observation of these customs. But they weren't able to communicate with these people on the level that you're saying. That's just completely false. It's not documented
but,
at all. These
but
people spoke.
sir, slow down. Yeah, some of the black people, some of and there were the Jewish people, many of them had that Moorish bloodline too. But the Spanish, they would bring over these translators, and for some reason, some of these translators kind of knew what the people were saying. They understood what they were saying, sir. But go ahead. Now, what are you saying about the language? Go ahead. I don't want to, I just like to bring clarity to
I'm
everything.
saying it's a completely different language that's not based on Latin, that's not based on, Hebrew or any of these languages that these people knew. It's just you look at these native languages like Tagalog and these other languages, it's just not the same at all. These words are not similar. I don't know how you could think that knowing any of these other languages would help you any more than just knowing body language. It doesn't make sense.
Telling you because, listen, sir, because there was trade with black Muslims in this country centuries before Columbus, sir. There was trade in this on the in the New World. You had the Moors, they had the ships, and they were coming over here, interacting with the people, and they had conversational trade, sir. That when you mentioned Hernando Cortez, do you know that he saw, and I want you to Google this while I'm talking, when he went down to, I think, Central America, Cortez saw a bunch of mosques down there. He drew them. He drew pictures of them.
Okay, man.
Google what I'm saying, sir. Either I'm lying or Cortez is lying. All right. And I'm not lying. I'm just telling you what he said. Now, if you think Cortez is lying, well, go holler at some of his ancestors. Can you Google Google while I'm talking? I want the family to Google while I'm talking. Hernando Cortez went down there and he saw a bunch of mosques, and they
Dude,
also saw people
okay.
dressed in Moorish attire, sir. A lot of the Spanish would say that. I guess that's why they brought over people who could speak Arabic.
Dialectically, the word Moorish to them at the time is not literally what you're saying. They're just saying that it was like ethnic clothing of a different variety.
Mm,
Legitimately, that is what the linguistic word means. And by the way, if they were so easily translatable from these Arabs and from these blacks, by the way, you shifted from blacks to Arab translators, by the way. However,
because
if
the Arabs,
okay, Tariq, you told me not to talk over you, so
no, no, because you just said something, and I want to put clarity to it. Yeah, I'm saying black because the Moors were black, and many of them were Muslim, and they spoke Arabic. All right, but go ahead, sir. Moor means black, by the way. So just put.
okay, I really don't care about that talking point. But if we're allowed to just interrupt each other because somebody made a point, then we can do that. I'm just
But,
saying.
but but we're going to bring clarity because this is a teaching moment. So we just have to bring clarity to everything. But go ahead, sir.
I mean, I'll allow that because I really don't care. I don't give a shit who the Moors were. But
Right.
but
I
here's the thing.
know you don't, but
If my entire point is this: if they were so easily understood, then how come in 1492 the Tianos, you know, of what the Cuba, like I was trying to say, I just forgot the word, um, got like attacked by Christopher Columbus and their people because they had a dispute over resources. They weren't easily able to communicate with each other, like you're saying. If you read about it, talk about you know, the colonial period of these kinds of things. They were talking about Christianity and things with these people, trying to get them to understand, but they didn't.
no, sir. No, no. What you're saying isn't true. No, the reason why they had conflict and the reason why Columbus left Hispaniola when he came back, all of his men were slaughtered by the Taino Indians. They slaughtered the hell out of them. And it wasn't because of a language barrier. You had one of the Tainos said, "Hey, man, your people were mistreating us. Hey, we're cool. We're down to trade with you, and we're hospitable, but we're not going to let you whoop on us and enslave us and do anything you want to do." So they put foot to that ass. So
Oh,
that's why,
okay. So
sir.
just basically saying you will not eat each other in my presence is wrong. I mean, I guess if that's, oh, that's an undermining of their culture. Same thing with the Iroquois. You will not scalp up people and you will not eat people in our presence. Oh, that's fucked up. That's wrong to tell them to not do their culture, I guess. I mean, because that's what it was about. They didn't like, they were like, "Oh, well, we like Christianity and you like cannibalizing each other." So, I
Who
mean,
was
that was the dispute. Legitimately, if you look it up, 1492 in Cuba, that's what happened. And it's the same thing that happened to the Iroquois, the same thing with the Aztecs. It's just how this always played out for the colonization. They would come, they would trade, they would see like shitty behaviors, call them out on it, you know, by trying to stop them from doing these things, and then there would be a conflict.
well, no, sir. The cannibals were the white supremacists.
Oh my God.
Sir, your people were cannibalizing each other, sir.
No, we were not, bro.
In
Cite evidence.
Jamestown, hell. In Jamestown, they were cannibalizing each other. Go Google Family the Starving Time of Jamestown. They were eating each other, sir. Before we came, this is how you guys were failing to the point where you were eating each other. This is very well documented. Look up the starving time in Jamestown. Y'all couldn't cut it. You couldn't grow nothing. You couldn't cultivate anything. So you're like, hey, Sally looks like a snack.
That is such full of shit. That right there
What I
is super propaganda from the Smithsonian Institute, by the way. And at the time, if you really want to know what happened,
family, look up what I'm saying. Well, you're not gonna say that's bullshit, dude. No, no, you don't get away with that. We do scholarship here. Can y'all please Google or do Google Scholar or just look up what I'm saying on any historic site? Look up starving time in Jamestown, Virginia. Cannibalism. All right, look it up. It's very well documented, and even archaeologists they dig up stuff now and see some of the remains and the bones that the people have with teeth marks in them.
yeah, they
Go ahead, sir. Yeah, this is very well documented.
okay, so yes, there was cannibalism, but if you listen to what I said, before you muted me, like you love to do, the Powhatan Confederacy, these Indian tribes, they came into Jamestown and were fucking eating people. That's why if you go to the Smithsonian Institute, they're gonna say, that right there is propaganda. Like, oh, 14-year-old girl named Jane, that showed clear signs of being butchered for food, like cut marks on her bones and all this kind of stuff, because the Powhatan were legitimately eating all of the white people there.
Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
Of
Why would
course
they?
you don't believe it, but